Hi everyone, welcome to my video here. It's just sort of an unbox. I've already unboxed it, so it's more of a practical review and use. This particular pump, it's made by Redline. They're all pretty much the same. This one's made in Taiwan apparently. It's 1.6 horsepower, 1,300 gallons per hour, supposedly, probably ideal conditions. And in California it says that only in California here it could cause cancer or reproductive toxicity. Not to laugh at that. Plastic does contain certain bad things in there. Don't be fooled, but let's not get into that. So anyways, I'm going to test this on my swimming pool, and I have a reason for that. It'll be practical. I'm actually hooking this up to a 1,000 watt inverter that's hooked up to a 12 volt battery that's being charged by about 140 watts of solar power. So it's a practical test. So again, I'm actually using like 100 feet of power cord, about 50 feet of hose, and I'm going to elevate that up 10 feet. So it has to lift, actually we'll have to lift vertically at least 10 feet. Could be a little bit more, I'm not sure. And so you're saying like, well, there's easier ways to drain a pool. And again, I have this as sort of a backup, just in case I lose power and my generator doesn't work or my sump pump fails. And, you know, in a pinch, hopefully I can pull the water out of that pit when it's when all the power's off, and at least, I guess, keep my head above the water, as they say. Alright, so what I'm going to be using to power the water pump, basically I have, if you've seen my other videos, I've done a few videos about this setup that I have here. I'm going to use a 1,000 watt, it's a true sine inverter. It's hooked up to my 12 volt battery. And right now I have 140 watts of solar on the roof to charge up the battery and keep things operating. Probably only effectively getting today, it is nice and sunny, but probably only, I'm guessing 60 to 80 watts. You know, could be more, could be less. But this is what I'm using, and so since I'm going to plug in, I'm dealing with water and stuff, I'm not going to plug directly into the inverter here. I'm going to plug it into a power bar that has a surge protection on there, you know, in case I try to somehow electrocute myself with the water. So be careful of how you're doing things. I mean, do it on your own. I take no responsibility here. Just what I'm doing. I'm just showing you a video. Alright, so I'm using a 3/4 inch hose. I think I said it was 50 feet, but I think this is actually a 100 foot long hose. It seems pretty long. So anyways, I have it hooked up. I have it plugged in, or not plugged in yet. It's ready to be plugged in. And so let's just get her down in the water and make sure it's standing upright. There we go. And to get that height, I was going to say I wanted to draw it up at least, you know, like at least 10 feet to see what happens. So let's go over here. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to throw it up over my clothesline here. Alright, let's try to get this hose up over the clothesline there again. Whoa, better zoom out. Whoa, that's really, that's way too close. Alright, there we go. Zooming way out. Alright, let's try this again. This is like the 4th attempt. For some reason, when I tried it first, it worked. But then I said, well, I should get that on tape, and now I can't get it up there. Here we go. Nope. Almost hit myself in the head, though. Nope. Alright, I'm going to put the camera down. There we go. Alright, it's up there. Let's go plug her in. Okay, here's my cord over here. It's hiding in the bushes. Okay, oh, there you are. Oh, no, I'm not gonna plug it in there. That was my pool cord. Here we go. Get this plugged in. And let's go check out the hose. Oh, we got here and it just started. So there you have it. That seems to be going pretty good. So I'm gonna leave this for a bit, and I'm gonna go get a bucket and we'll do some flow tests. Okay, so I have a 5-gallon bucket here. It's only been running for about 10 minutes, so the battery's still in good shape. I was surprised it is pulling 170 watts at the inverter, so yeah, it's a little bit tough on the battery, I think, but let's do a time and see how long it takes to fill up this bucket. Okay, I'm just going to test it again real quick here. I was using my watch, it was about 30 seconds, but I would like it all on video here. Okay, we'll take it right up to overflowing, so there you have it. So it's been about an hour. The pool has gone down, I don't know, significantly. So let's go check out the flows. Okay, so the first time I did it, it was about 30 seconds for 5 gallons, but if I let it run right up to the top, it was closer to about 40 seconds. So let's go ahead here and we'll time this out. So this clip should be a minute and a little bit altogether. There we go. Voila. So here we go. We're at about the 3-hour mark. Still pumping good. And I was just looking at some of the statistics on here. When they test this, they said the cord was only 8 feet long, and mine is like 100 feet. And it says the watts are 252, but it's been pulling 170. I'm not sure about that discrepancy. Now I'm using 3/4 inch drainage pipe, and so plus I had it up 10 feet for the lift. They say at 10 feet it should do 1,068 gallons per hour, but with all, you know, all said and done, it's doing about 600 per hour, which is going to be more than enough to take care of what I need it to do in certain situations, especially with my sump pump. And plus too, you have to remember your sump pit, if you're very familiar with them, they fill up very fast once they've been drained, but the last 4 inches, 5 inches, depending on your water table, it's going to move very slow there because there's back pressure, plus you're getting to the actual water table, so it slows down. So I have no doubt that this would work fine, and I also feel, I think I could probably stretch this out for like on and off basis, probably like at least 10 hours. I'd probably only have to run it for about 10 minutes, 20 minutes maybe per hour, and in that time the battery would charge up some, you know, with the solar power, especially if it's day. Oh, P.S. Here we are with the pool at the 3 hour mark, so it's gone down a lot. There you have it. Because, you know, it's probably taken out about 1,800 gallons. So let's see, well, 600 an hour times 3. There you go. Okay, so while my pool is draining, I've decided I might as well wash off my watermelons I picked while this whole procedure was going. There we go. It's pretty funny. Fun times. Okay, that one looks good. Roll another one over. So we have quite a few to do, so I'll get this one and then we'll move on. It's fun. All right, everyone, we're coming up on hour 4. As you can see, things have progressed quite a bit. I moved the pump over to the lowest point in the pool, and right now the water level is just right at the very top of the pump there, right at the edge. So we'll see how it looks. We'll come back in, well, possibly another hour. Alright, so I'm outside here. I have the lights down low here so you can see the readouts on the inverter. Basically, still pulling 170 watts, and now the battery's down to 11.6. I don't know if I told you the starting point. It was about 13.5. So it's been pretty tough on the battery, but we only have about 30 minutes to go and we're at 5 hours. So, and it's still pumping away. So yeah, I'm pretty satisfied. In an emergency situation, I'd be pretty confident that I could take care of any sump pump issues. And there's many more uses for this pump. I'll list a few after. Hey. Okay, we're about 5 hours in, and I just wanted to come over here to the pump. The pool's pretty much empty. Might be an inch down there, but it's starting to make some noise. And the important thing with these pumps, you're not supposed to let them run dry. So, I mean, if it starts sucking air and stuff, it's time to turn it off. You can kind of hear it. I'll just, so there you go. So it's at that point, I'm just going to let it run for another minute or two, and then I'm going to run over to the, actually I'm going to leave this running. Let's run over to back into my garage, and I'm going to power this off from there, and we'll see if the battery recovers. I know it's been working really hard, but at the same time, I think anyway, that since it was really charged up well after 5 hours, it's probably going to pop up above the 12 volts because it's at about 11.6 right now, I believe. So let's go check it out. Okay, the pump is still running. I just came into the garage here where the inverter is. Just looking at the voltages, 2 points to make mention of. First of all, the battery or the inverter is showing about 11.5, 0.4 volts right now. So it took a lot of power out of the battery. The other thing to note, now it's not always showing, it might be hard to see. It's still showing about 170 watts, but it drops down to 160, and it's been dropping down to 150. Oddly, I haven't seen that for a little bit, but basically that's going to give you an indication. I mean, even if you weren't over at the pump and you were out working in your garage or something, and you start seeing this fluctuation between 170 down to 150, that's going to tell you that something's going on with the motor. And I mean, it's under less load, so it's going to take less, the wattage is going to drop off. So I'm just going to shut her down. Let's shut down the system and let's see if it recovers. Okay, now I don't have to talk as loud. So let's just watch here the voltage. We still have a little bit of sunlight here, although it's starting to get it's pretty low in the west right now. But it's starting to recover. Basically, my 40 watt panel is no longer getting any sunshine. The 100 watt panel it's getting partial sun right now, just how I have it aligned up there. So probably not putting out a lot of power, but I think it's going to get it above 12 here. Okay, I'm going to enter it here. It's still sitting at 11.8. So yeah, it took a pretty good draw. That was 5 hours though. I'm pretty sure before the sun goes down, it's going to be at about 12 volts. Which is good, good for your battery. It should be a little bit higher. It should be at about 12.6, but that was a really good workout for this machine here today. So take care. Like and subscribe. Click the notifications. See you all later.